Now, of course, the BRICs Business Council has had representatives from all BRICs countries, their business representatives, and now we are joined in on Beyond Markets by Carlos Abijaodi. He's the director of the Industrial Development Structure in Brazil, which is essentially Brazil's equivalent of our BUSA. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Of course, a lot of expectations from the business community. Take us through some of the key issues for Brazil's business community that was at stake at the BRICs Business Council.
Okay. We think this is opportunity to exchange and to have the same ideas of our partners in this BRICS, because we think that we as development countries, we have more or less the same problems, the same kind of problems, and the same solutions to face them. So in this moment, I think the most important issue I saw during the conversation, during the panels here, was infrastructure. It's something that we have to develop, as well as funding also, because as we have a lot of jobs, a lot of work to do, a lot of projects, mainly in infrastructure sector, we will need some private funds, and perhaps we will have some PPP, some private partnership with the government. So it's necessary to discuss very deeply about this.
Carlos, let me come in here. Brazil has taken quite a big leap forward on the African continent, particularly under former President Lula da Silva, who's opened something like 19 embassies on the African continent. How has Brazilian business moved up, the African continent? We saw, for example, recently the new Brazilian president in Nigeria, getting into very key sectors in the African economy. You're not a resource, you don't have a resource deficit like China. You have a lot of natural resources. What are your key sectors in the economy that you're keen on the African continent as Brazilian business?
I think it is a cooperation South-South. We understand exactly what are the problems you have here, because we know that for a long time we had to use equipment that were not properly used in our countries. We have a tropical climate. So this is a key exercise to be done between our countries. So what is happening now? For a long time, Brazil is very, very close to Africa. We start with the Portuguese-speaking countries, which were the first stop we had with Angola. And then I think we saw that there is an opportunity that we could transfer perhaps or have an experience with what we had in our country, and that we can bring to Africa. We know that, for example, you need a lot of infrastructure, for example. We discovered how to do these projects using our manpower, using our equipment, the kind of equipment.
So I suppose there's a lot that we can learn from Brazil. Carlos, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us on Beyond Markets.